Right, so I've made videos on vegan animal rights activists in the past, and most notably being that vegan teacher. My stance on these type of people is not a very good one, if I'm being honest. All vegan animal rights activists do is go around annoying people, trying to convert them to be vegan and doing anything in their power to do that. It doesn't matter what religion they are or what beliefs they have, what health problems, any of that. It doesn't really matter to them. And they just don't really care, to be honest. And for obvious reasons, I don't really agree with that, and I'm assuming that most of you don't either. But I think it's important for me to mention this, otherwise people will not be very happy with me. And that is that I don't really hate vegans or veganism itself. If you want to be vegan and not eat meat, then sure enough, that's your choice and I respect that. You can do whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting yourself or other people, then I have no issue with that. But the people that I do have a problem with are people like that vegan teacher, for example, who try to convert and force people to be vegan, which is something that is completely wrong and should never be tolerated or something that should be taken seriously. Now, since people like that vegan teacher have such a massive platform, and I'll be honest, I think all my videos have made her more famous and popular than she already is. I think that vegan teacher has caused a massive wave of brain dead individuals who've basically fallen for her BS and are now making videos on the streets with cameras in people's faces, forcing them to go vegan and all that sort of stuff. A perfect example is this guy who has around 2k subs, who shall not be named because cloud ain't free. But just from one look at his uploads, I think you know what he's all about. So basically, this guy's channel is just him going around the streets, basically forcing people to be vegan, just doing exactly what that vegan teacher does, except just on not as much of a larger scale. This guy basically goes around interviewing people, just trying to make them, I don't even know, to be honest, just trying to make them feel bad about their actions or something like that, which makes no sense if I'm being honest. So we have a video here called Non-Vegan Admits Hypocrisy, and just from this title and thumbnail alone, I can tell that this is going to be an absolute banger. I can tell this is going to be great, so we're just going to have a look at this.
Showing the behind the scenes of industries that abuse animals.
You're talking to the wrong person, I will cry.
It's definitely a lot to watch, yeah. And so it's safe to say that you guys are against animal abuse?
Yeah.
You're definitely against it, yeah.
They're definitely being paid to say this, 110%. All this guy wants is a good video just to make himself look good. There is no way that these guys have actually just agreed to do that. She looks like the biggest Karen on the planet, if I'm being honest. And that's nothing against her, I'm just saying that.
And what do you think as individuals, if you are against it, what do you think you could do to combat the suffering?
Not eat meat?
No, 100% wrong. There's so many better ways to go about it. 100% these guys are being paid, alright? I'm just saying that right now. Now, the controversial thing with eating animals is that they're being slaughtered to be eaten. But the thing is, in most slaughterhouses, I'm not saying that it's all of them, because I know that there are some slaughterhouses that do abuse animals. But most of them, it's just a quick and easy death. There's nothing bad about it. But the thing is, though, if animals don't go into slaughterhouses, most of the time they just end up in the woods. They just sit there and they just get festered on by flies for 2 years until they eventually die. It's basically a long process of starvation and just constantly basically dying. It's not a lot of fun, and I think the animals would much rather just be 1, 2, bang, and you're gone. I think it'd be a lot easier if people just keep doing that.
Not eat the products, exactly. Yeah, so meat is the obvious one, and then it's also with things like dairy, eggs, leather.
No, dairy, okay. Are we really going to go back to the milking cows thing as being a bad thing? Now, I don't know the ins and outs of biology and all that sort of stuff to do with animals, but if I'm being honest here, milking cows, I've heard that it's better to milk the cows than just have them not. Because doesn't that clog up their bladder or something? I have no clue, but I'm pretty sure that there's something to do with that. So don't come at me with that dumb thing with you can't milk animal, it's so stupid. People thinking that eating eggs is a bad thing. What, the chickens lay their eggs. What? What's the point of just leaving them there? If a chicken's laying an egg, I'm gonna eat it, alright?
Any industry that's using animals, they're viewing them as just a resource, just as a slave.
Cosmetics.
Exactly, yeah.
How they test on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the question is, do you think it's possible to be against animal abuse truly while supporting industries that abuse animals?
Yeah, I mean, there are industries that abuse animals, but most of them are normal, right? Most of them they're just doing it for food, okay? And what if someone who needs to eat meat, right, is against animal abuse? What are you gonna say then? You can't just say that. Oh, you can't just be like, oh, you have to go vegan now. Nah, mate. If someone has an iron deficiency or something like that, and they're against animal abuse, then that's fine. Just because they eat meat doesn't mean that they support animal abuse. What? They have to eat it to survive. Mate, if I needed meat to survive, I'm against animal abuse or any of that sort of stuff, then that doesn't matter. If I have to eat meat to survive, I'm gonna eat meat to survive.
Yeah. You're doing. You're like a hypocrite.
Absolutely, yeah. So do you guys know what the number one benefit is of becoming vegan? The number one benefit, obviously, yeah, for the animals, they're no longer tortured because of your choices.
Yeah, and guess what? They're gonna be tortured later in life. Because eventually they're gonna get to an old age and then they can't walk anymore. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna stumble on a log or something and then they're just gonna be lying there. Their brains are fully intact, they know exactly what's going on. And they're just gonna be sat there being eaten alive by other pests and animals and mosquitoes and all that sort of stuff for a few years, and then they're eventually gonna stop breathing. Like, I think I know which one I'd rather. Would I rather be in a slaughterhouse, just have it easily done in a few minutes, or would I rather sit there in a forest being eaten alive for 2 whole years? I think I know which one I'd rather choose, mate. So if anything, being vegan is just causing more animals to just starve and die.
The best benefit for you guys is then, because you said you're against animal abuse, then you don't have to be hypocrites. And live in alignment with your core values. And really what it comes down to, veganism is really hard when you're thinking about yourself. It becomes the easiest decision when you place yourself in the victim's position.
Either this guy right here is paying this woman, or this woman is completely uncomfortable and she just wants to get out of there alive, if I'm being honest. Because this guy looks absolutely crazy. Obviously, I'm kidding, that was a joke. But no, there's no way that this person is either not vegan already or is just putting on a show here.
What do you think you guys are gonna do after seeing this footage of animal abuse? What do you guys think?
I know we usually try to just be more conscious of where we're buying our stuff and what we're putting.
Mate, this guy at the back with his phone, he's an absolute lad. Obviously trying to get a crazy reaction from this guy, but you know, he's not giving in.
Our bodies, or putting onto our bodies.
Right. And what I just leave you with is just keep in mind that for however long that you're not vegan, however long it takes to transition, ultimately animals are going to be killed and abused because of that choice. So just decide what side of history you guys want to stand on when it comes to this injustice.
And educate yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Wow, that was absolutely great. That was lovely. Now, I feel like after watching this video, I should probably say this because, you know, after seeing the title, you guys might find this guy's channel. Please don't go over to this guy and send him hate and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I know I say that a lot, but with this guy, since he only has about 2k subs and he doesn't get that many views in his videos, I'm pretty sure that if you guys go to his channel, you're gonna make my presence known. And I don't really want to be that guy who just has a massive fan base that goes around attacking people. So I know I say this a lot, but since there's a lot of new people since the last time I say this, if I make videos on these type of people, please don't go over to their channels and start commenting on their stuff and just, you know, just basically harassing them. I understand that what this guy's doing is not the best thing to do, but then again, like, it is his choice and I can't really just stop him from doing it, can I? So please, if you do find this guy's channel, just refrain from being too mean, if I'm being honest. I mean, sure, go over there and like watch the video for yourself and all that sort of stuff, but basically just refrain from doing insane sort of stuff. And at the end of the day, vegan animal rights activists, like, their brains are already set in stone to being animal rights activists, so there's not much we're going to do to be able to change that. Obviously, there's some vegan animal rights activists that are just normal and, you know, just go around vibing, basically. But there are some people like this who just go around annoying people, and you know, those are the people that I have problems with. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments and this sort of issue, because, you know, I feel like there's sort of a mixed opinion. Like, obviously, some people feel bad for the animals, but then again, like, you got to look at it from the side of what if animals don't get slaughtered in slaughterhouses? Like, they're just going to end up dying naturally, which is not something that is amazing to experience. So yeah, anyway, with that all being said, thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure you give it a like, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe with all notifications on. If you don't turn on all notifications, you're basically subscribing for no reason, so make sure you hit that bell real quick. Make sure you follow all my socials, with all links will be in the description. My Twitter is @GliderGuyYT, my Instagram is also @GliderGuyYT. Thank you to all my channel members, your support really helps out the channel more than you can even imagine. Make sure you join my Discord server with a custom link in the description, and with that all being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.